got to tell Elon Musk, nobody elected your.
He must be made to pay. We must enforce the law. Lock him up. Lock him up.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel where we break down the biggest news stories and explore how people are reacting. If you are new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. And if you enjoy content like this, don't forget to like and drop a comment below. It really helps us keep bringing you the latest stories. Now let's get into today's major topic. Democrats are reportedly threatening legal action against Elon Musk, and some are even saying he could face prison time. This is a huge story that's sparking major debate online and across the political spectrum. What exactly is happening? Why are Democrats going after Musk, and how are people reacting? Some say it's about accountability, while others argue it's a politically motivated attack on one of the most influential figures in business and technology. Let's break it all down, from the legal experts to the social media firestorm.
I've got to tell Elon Musk, nobody elected your.
He must be made to pay. We must enforce the law. Lock him up. Lock him up.
It is pretty clear we have to shut down the city. We are at war.
You mean like Mala Mala? You mean like your Democratic nominee for president election last year? Okay, just asking.
I wonder why they so mad at Elon Musk. Oh, because he's found so far $26.3 billion in wasteful spending? Wow, yeah, I seen 20 million went to a motherfucking Sesame Street for fucking Iraq. Oh my goodness. They know their laundromat's getting shut down. That's why they upset. Love you.
Well, Maxine, I don't know where they dug your little evil ass up at, but hello. How the hell are ya? Clearly bitter. Bitter, a little salty, a little dried out looking. Yeah. Okay, so nobody cares. Nobody cares that you're unhappy, because you're unhappy because you're just not getting your way. And what I wish you would do is take your toys and go home. But if you want to stick around and whine about it, let me just remind you of this. Nobody elected Bill Gates. Literally nobody. Like, literally nobody. See, when we elected Trump, we knew he wanted to work closely with Elon, and we're on board. Because they're finding some shit out now, and you guys are panicked and upset. And I hate to say it, but it's so fun to watch. Yeah. So nobody elected Bill Gates. Nobody elected Anthony fucking Fauci. Yeah. And nobody elected Hollywood to stand up and run their mouths either. Yeah. See, that's how it works. Right? We had to deal with your asses destroying the country for 4 years. And now you get to sit down, have your little oatmeal with Chucky in the activities room, and watch the adults work. Mm-hmm. That's what's happening. So, I'm sorry you're so sad. No, I'm not. No, I'm actually not. I want heads to roll. This is exciting. Yeah, I'm ready. This is awesome. They're uncovering your corruption, and you guys are terrified. Which, by the way, I have questions for all my Democrats out there. When you guys were screaming about all the corruption, why did you never come with actual receipts? And don't say you did, because clearly over the last several years, we've proven you to be liars. We've proven it. Okay? You guys have yet to be able to come out and prove anything that we have broke about Joe, the hoe, or the rest of the liberals that are corrupt and disgusting. You've yet to be able to say that never happened, and here's the receipts, we can prove it never happened, because the Republicans had this paid for and had it created out of thin air and out of nowhere. Why can't you guys do that while Joe was sleeping through the administration for 4 years? You tried. You tried making up lies about Donald Trump. I mean, he's been on trial since Moby Dick was a minnow, and you still haven't found any fucking thing. Everything's been dropped. You sure tried. Well, we find things because they actually happened. And we have receipts to show it. And that's what's happening. And now you're having a little 2-year-old tantrum because you're being exposed. And nothing feels better. I gotta say, nothing feels better than Maxine. Oh, bless your little corrupt heart. Why don't you go home, cuddle with Chucky for a little while, maybe you'll feel better. Maybe. Yeah. All right, baby. Get a grip.
So Doge is going through to make sure the government is spending money properly and being good stewards with all the money that we give. And the only people that are complaining are the Democrats. Don't you find that interesting?
Wait a minute, let me put some pip in it. I did. I knew what I was getting when I voted for Trump. I knew Elon was coming. You, on the other hand, I've never seen you before. So back on up, screaming demon. I wouldn't have voted for you.
Education. Hey, Elon Musk, shut him down. Shut DC down. Demonic Democrats will have no jobs. Freeze their bank accounts. They were stealing from the American people anyway. Shut them down. Then let them cry on the streets. Go ahead. Do it. Please. Make the demonic Democrats suffer the consequences.
Good morning, TikTokers. You know what time it is besides a bad hair day. Morning mud tub and morning water cooler talk time. Well, I stitched this. You know, these are all the interviews and everything that they've been having and stuff like that. And the Democrats, they are whining like liberal crybabies. You know, dry those salty ass tears and move on. Elon Musk is going nowhere, and you want to say he's not elected. Well, he may not be elected as far as Jack Smith. Yeah. But he was appointed by the President of the United States. Yeah. He's going nowhere. You guys are so butthurt that he is cleaning up your slush fund. He is letting everybody know where you were hiding all this money in all these unnecessary groups, foundations, and half of them don't even exist. And TikTok, this is factual. And entertainment reasons, purposes only as well. That's why I stitched this. Because you Democrats are out here, campaigning, you sent out flyers, you sent out a bunch of stuff to meet us here at the Capitol, blah, 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 blah. And then you're like, we're going inside! Let's go! Isn't that an insurrection? Isn't that what you accuse all those people, all those 1,500 people who were arrested, more, who were arrested on January 6th for walking into the Capitol building? And then you all lied and said over 150 different police officers were beaten and hurt, but yet we didn't hear anything about that. The only thing we heard about officers being beaten and hurt was on fake stream media news. But yet you only had 2 police officers and come and testify in the January 6th committee. 2 out of 150. And an officer that died 2 or 3 days after the incident of a heart attack, you're blaming that on January 6th. It happened 2 days later. Do you all forget about Ashley Babbitt? The defensive, retired military woman who entered the building, but before she entered the building, she was trying to hold people back. And your officer shot her point blank in the neck. And he was honored as a hero. Nobody laid a hand on him. But he's a hero. Hero for shooting an unarmed, innocent woman. And you all painted this negative picture with this rotation of the certain clips of men in black, Proud Boys, Black Lives Matter, and all this other stuff that the Democrats put in there. You know, destroying this door and breaking this window and climbing the walls. What about the videos we now see about all the Capitol Police officers removing the barriers, holding the doors wide open for the people to go in, taking them around inside of the Capitol, like giving them a tour. And then when they said, okay, guys, it's time to go, they all packed up and left. And that one guy with the horn on his hands and all that, spent all that time in jail, and then he was released due to these videos being put out there to show the truth. He was released from prison. Yeah. So Democrats, what are you afraid of Elon Musk getting out there? He's already put it out there. He's already showed your slush fund money. He's already showed how you people have been spending this money frivolously. You're just upset and you're butthurt that what you've been getting, you're not going to get anymore. So your millionaire funds is over. Now we know how you politicians became a millionaire. On our tax money. And let me tell you what, I don't want to send my hard-earned tax money to over some foreign country to teach them to study Sesame Street. How about blow-drying squirrels in a tree to see how they're going to handle in a windstorm? Seriously? Seriously? It is public now of what they put this money through and where this money went through. And I mean, we're going back from the Clinton time. And if you look at the frivolous spending, and I'm going to put Bush in here as well, him and his daddy.
To tell Maxine her fucking face is melting off. And, I want to propose that these two women especially be arrested for inciting violence. They should have been long in jail, especially Maxine Waters. All them other ones too, y'all inciting violence. Y'all keep trying, y'all keep fucking around, man. Maxine Waters needs to be in a nursing home. Her face is melting. Her lips damn near reach her fucking ears. I mean, these people are doing it because they hate Trump, not because of what's right for the people. They need to be arrested.
First off, Elon was appointed. Second, Kamala was never voted on. Never voted on. Peace.
So let's get straight into it. The idea that Democrats are threatening to throw Elon Musk in prison is making waves, and it raises a lot of questions about power, influence and accountability. To understand this, we need to break down the main reasons why Musk is being targeted, the legal implications, and how people are reacting. First off, Musk has been a controversial figure for years. He's not just a businessman, he's a powerful individual with influence in multiple industries, from space travel with SpaceX to social media with X, formerly Twitter, to artificial intelligence to electric vehicles. He even has control over a satellite network, Starlink, which has played a major role in global communications, especially during conflicts like the war in Ukraine. That level of control is unprecedented for a private citizen, and it's exactly why some people in government see him as a threat. One of the main arguments from his critics is that he's been operating above the law. They point to his defense of government regulations, his refusal to censor content on X the way previous leadership did, and his growing influence in the political space. Musk has openly supported right-leaning politicians including Trump, and that is where the political angle comes into play. It's no secret that he's clashed with the Biden administration multiple times, and he's called out Democratic politicians for their policy. So the idea that Democrats are now looking for ways to persecute him doesn't exactly come out of nowhere. It's part of a larger battle between Musk and the establishment. Now let's talk about the legal side. What would they actually charge him with? Because as much as Musk is controversial, throwing someone in prison requires an actual legal grounds. Some of the possible angles could include antitrust violation. Since he owns several major companies, there's always been talk about whether he holds too much market power. Another angle could be national security, especially if his companies are seen as a risk due to their global operations. There's also the issue of his dealings with foreign governments and whether he has broken any laws regarding trade and international agreements. But let's be real, if there was already a clear-cut case against him, we did likely to see official charges by now. Instead, what we are seeing is more of political and media campaign against him, which suggests they are still trying to find something that sticks. This is similar to what's happening with other high-profile figures who have gone against the political establishment. It's a strategy where constant legal pressure is applied, even if no actual charges hold up in court. The goal isn't always to get a conviction, it's sometimes just to make life difficult for someone and damage their reputation. On the other hand, Musk isn't exactly playing the victim here. He's a billionaire with massive resources, a legal team that is prepared for these kinds of battles, and an online following that defends him relentlessly. He's been using X to fire back at politicians, calling out what he sees as hypocrisy and corruption. That is one of the reasons why his supporters are so loyal. They see him as someone who isn't afraid to stand up to government overreach. Speaking of his supporters, public reaction to this whole situation is fascinating. On one side, you have people who believe Musk is finally getting what he deserves. They argue that billionaires shouldn't be above the law and that his influence needs to be checked before he becomes too powerful. They see his control over companies like X and Starlink as a major risk, especially when it comes to things like free speech, disinformation, and international relations. To them, Musk is just another rich guy trying to manipulate politics to serve his own interests. But then there is the other side, people who see this as a political motivated attack. They argue that Musk is being targeted not because he's breaking laws, but because he refuses to align with the democratic establishment. They see it as a part of a broader trend where government agency and political use legal pressure to silence opposition. This is why you will see Musk's defenders comparing his situation to what is happening with Trump. Both are being hit with investigation and legal threats that seems designed to keep them from influencing the 2024 election. And then there is the independent crowd, the people who don't necessarily love Musk but also don't trust the government. They recognize that Musk is powerful and sometimes reckless, but they also don't believe the government should have the ability to take down individuals just because they don't like them. These are the people who question whether this is really about justice or if it's just another case of politicians trying to control the narrative. At the end of the day, this situation is much bigger than just Musk. It's about the relationship between big business and government, about whether billionaires should be allowed to operate freely, and about how much influence private individuals should have over public policy. If Musk is taken down, it could set a precedent for how other tech giants and influential figures are treated in the future. But if he manages to fight back and win, it could embolden more power to challenge the establishment, knowing that they can survive even when the government comes after them. One thing is for sure, this isn't going away anytime soon. Whether you love him or hate him, Musk isn't the type to back down, and neither are the people trying to take him down. The battle between Musk and the Democrats is just another chapter in the ongoing war between tech billionaires and government power. So what do you think? Is Musk really guilty of something, or is this just political theater? Let's talk about it in the comments. And also, thank you for watching, and let's continue this conversation in the comment below. Let us share our thoughts and perspective with one another. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on this story and more. I will see you in the next video.